Okay, good evening once again. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Gary Wiemeyer show. Special edition Saints preview. Saints will take on the Buffalo Bills this coming Sunday. Thursday night, 7:20. The game will be on NBC, but we will also have it here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. The audio side, we will not have the video side. We'll have the audio side. After the game, we will have the video side for the press conferences and stuff like that. So we will go over we will have the press conferences. We'll have Sean Payton and also Sean McDermott, the coach of the Buffalo Bills, talking about their preparations for this Thursday night's game on Thanksgiving. So once again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone across the world. On Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can come in. Let's see if we'll send you a link. I will send that link to anybody that will come in. We will let you come in and talk Saints football with your thoughts about it. Okay, in my opinion, I'll give my opinion on this game. Look, I say this: look, if the Saints could come out and not screw up like they did last week against Philadelphia, giving up 40 points and only contributed to 29 points on offense. Well, that's like I said, that's just water under the bridge. But the truth of the matter is, look, this team. You're down a quarter. You're down Jameis Winston. You're also down another quarterback. So what? Like I said, Taysom Hill. I said Taysom Hill. He's gonna have to step up. He's definitely gonna have to step up if he's gonna be successful. Because Trevor Siemian, he's been throwing interceptions and stuff like that. I mean, sure, he's getting drives in games, but the unfortunate fact is he throws interceptions. That's the biggest concern. Now we have to. We're going to be facing Josh Allen, and Josh Allen. Let me tell you something about that young man. Young man, Josh Allen. Look, he's on another level. I mean, that's one thing about it. But if you don't stop Josh Allen, if you don't step on Diggs, their weapons. With Buffalo, you're not going to win the game tomorrow night. So without further ado, let's go over to the Saints press conference today, media availability. I'm going to put that up in the screens, and we'll.
Feels like a Saturday, but
have you had your sit down yet with the NBC announcer?
They were at practice, and then the production meeting scheduling is different because of the short week, so it'll be like a Zoom. But
Is it different than
with Drew, yeah. I said to him, for all these years, he had a routine on Saturday. He'd get dry needling. He'd do a lot of different things for his body. And so oftentimes the production crew would be waiting. His routine is going to say so. When I saw him, I said, "Hey, Trevor's got a long routine. I might be able to things on the other side of it, but I think they, with the short week, I think that they did it like with their phone or something. But yeah, it's different. It's good seeing them.
How's the short week been, Joe? How impressed was it for your game planning?
Look, we've done it. The schedule we've done quite a bit, and so the itineraries we kind of have an idea. The stress is always in a lot in a couple days. and then, the evenings relative for the coaches are late just because you're getting a lot in. You're having to double up the first night and the second night. So, but overall, I think it's going well.
Did you keep these guys off the feet, players off the feet, or how was
Yeah, look, the big difference is most everything is walk through. I don't think we were in a helmet in the last 2 days, so everything is mental, and you're doing a lot of walk through as opposed to like what you're used to.
Does it make it harder, John, with press time, and you have so many injuries, knowing how to put together a game plan?
That never makes it easier. Yeah, because look, experienced players understand what the look's going to be like, and the younger players obviously, need the looks and need the experience. But that is what it is, and you're just going through as many different looks in your walkthroughs.
The long flight back from Philly change that too, as opposed to playing in Atlanta or having those games for sure?
I don't know. I feel like, we've been on long flights, and Philly's like 2 hours instead of an hour here. So I didn't feel like it was unusually long, or the tough ones back in the day were when you played a Sunday night and played a Thursday. That's a tough schedule, just because of when the players are playing. But I think the travel overall and all of those things worked out well.
How much did the two different injuries that Taysom Hill had influence sort of your decision on your vision for him, and how much you could seriously consider him as a quarterback?
Back up the two different injuries.
Well, he was coming off the concussion when you first
So
needed
look,
a starter, and
obviously that was significant. It took time. And then at Tennessee, he gets the foot. He's doing better. And how much did it impact? It's a good question. Sometimes when a decision's made that you don't even begin to hype it, you just, you're going. Trevor's done a good job, understands what we're doing. And obviously, there's an impact he has. I'm talking about Taysom, not just in his rushing role, but there's a physicality that he brings to your offense that and special teams. So it's good to have him getting better now.
So I guess now that you're in the rhythm that you're in, is there anything Taysom Hill could do to earn a chance at that job, or what?
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss the quarterback depth or anything. We're trying to win a game right now, and everyone's trying to do their part, and we kind of go from there.
On the stands out of the secondary.
So, look, first off, Sean McDermott has done a great job. Leslie Frazier, those guys, I'm going to go way back now. We got the flight pattern here, so. Right, but it's the wind that's determining the flight pattern. So we were all cutting our teeth as young coaches. They were in Philly. I was at the Giants. And the late Jim Johnson was the defensive coordinator, one of our league's best, really. He was fabulous. And on that staff was the young Sean McDermott and Ron Rivera, you name it. They had a bunch of good young coaches that would all went on to be real good head coaches. And I ended up here in New Orleans, and Sean is at Carolina with Ron, and then Sean coordinates the defense there. And then I think he's done a fabulous job. They do enough things in the secondary, and they're talented. Their technique, they're very well coached. And so when you put a good scheme like that they have together with good players, they're smart at the safety position, never out of position. They play a lot of nickel defense, and they play it well. So, the the tape study is this year's Buffalo, but you can go to last year's, year before. We even went five years deep into Carolina plans, just looking at ideas and thoughts. And but I think he's something. I think a lot of him and what they've been able to put together there, and they built a really good team.
Did this game you went 5 years?
Yeah.
Did you sleep in this?
No, you just look at reels. You know, like this morning, Kevin put together every touchdown, runner, pass, and since Sean's been a defensive coordinator, just runs first, passes second. I don't know, 200 plays or whatever, and you quickly through it. Okay, you might come away from that whole thing saving 18, and then look at the 18 again, then save 3, and then put them in. But they do a good job. They mix it up. They give you pressure looks that are challenging. They always have. And so you have to have answers for that.
So I'm trying to remember, did you ever make a push to try to get him as a coordinator here when he was under Jim, or they had the ability to walk?
He was already under contract. I don't recall ever having that opportunity. I think I'm trying to look back. Jim was alive in 06, and I can't recall the year he passed, and I can't recall when Ron went to Carolina, if Sean went with them that first year, or did it come? But no, he's very well respected and a good guy. You know, a really good guy.
If I've ever asked you this big picture, but do you see an evolution of the quarterback position in the league with this mobility factor, or is that just?
Well, if you go back and you listen to Bill Walsh's tapes, he had a value in movement skills for quarterbacks back then, like, you know, whether it was Montana to some degree or Young. I think we're always asked that question, and we're certainly seeing, you know, what the college game is bringing us, and yet 3rd and 8, you're going to have to make a play from the pocket, and so, but we're seeing, I'm watching the touchdown reel every week, and you're seeing the off-schedule plays, pick a team where the original design is this, but then all of a sudden it becomes a different play because the quarterback is made it such, and this guy does that extremely well.
Yeah, it seemed like last week you all were so concerned with Hurts not.
Yeah, and it was different. Yeah, it was different, exactly. And there was so much zone read option that, you know, that takes on a whole new element, but the off schedule plays down the field are, you know, something he does well. Josh,
What do you remember about him coming out?
I remember him well. You knew you had big arm talent, you know, and we liked him. You know, you felt like he had the size, the arm strength. You saw all those traits, and it's always hard because you're seeing an offense maybe he's in that's going to be different than what you're projecting, and shoot, he ended up being a great pick. Thank you.
Okay, Sean Payton talking about the preparations with the Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna definitely say this point blank to everyone that's listening to this program. Look, if you don't stop Josh Allen, you're not gonna win the game. Period. End of story. Because this young man, he can absolutely make plays with his feet. He can also make plays with his hands. So that's one thing you have to do if you're going to have a alignment for the to pressure him. You're going to have to put maybe either 7 in the box or go full tilt, go 8 in the box to slow him down, because he's going to hand that ball off. And that's going to be that's the running game. That's the reason why the running games is the effective tool for the passing game. So I kind of look at it this way. Look, Josh Allen, look, I mean, he's gonna. Sure, Buffalo struggled. They lost that game last week, 41-15. But the truth of the matter is, they're coming into play this Thursday night. So we're gonna have to be ready for this team. So let's go ahead and go over to Coach McDermott. I'm gonna put that up on the screen. I'll give you Coach McDermott. And we'll go over Coach McDermott.
Coach, how are you? I guess I'm first. How are you today?
I'm all right. Sal, how are you?
I'm good. They always say, coaches, players a lot of times say it's never as good as it looks on film when you win. It's never as bad as it looks on film when you lose. You had a chance to go back and look at it. Was it as bad as it seemed yesterday overall?
Well, I thought there were opportunities. I mean, when you look at how the game was flowing, but it was a lot of what I thought I'd see, and a lot of what I shared with you and the group after the game. Just taking care of the football, playing better fundamentally, point of attack, particularly on defense, somewhat on special teams as well. So the game got away from us and snowballed in a hurry. In particular, we're getting the ball back. Chance to get the ball back 14-7. We don't get off the field on multiple third downs in that drive. They go up, I think, 17-7, I believe. Right, and we have a chance to get the ball back. We fumble the kickoff return, the ball to one. Next thing you know, it's 24-7 like that. So, hey, woulda, shoulda, coulda, but at the end of the day, that can't happen. So, we got to get it fixed.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Sean, Adam Benini. I had asked you after the game about drawing a comparison between the Tennessee loss and this one in the sense of dealing with a high-end running back and a tough physical style running game. I'm interested in your take. After watching the film in a short week like this, how do you go about correcting that? Is that individual point of attack battles? Is it scheme? Can you shed any light on that after watching the game?
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything. You talk about scheme, you talk about fundamentals, you talk about attitude, mentality. This is a physical game, so you always have to bring a physical component to the field every weekend, and I didn't think we did that enough yesterday.
In light of that, what is your message to the team as you begin to prepare for New Orleans?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is, really that they get rest. Just coming off of yesterday's game, and it's a short week, so getting themselves rested so they're ready to go Thursday night against a good football team, well-coached team, and a team that we know can score a lot of points and play good defense as well. So, this will be a big challenge for us.
Do you feel like you guys have defined yourself as a physical football team?
Well, I mean, obviously by yesterday's outing, we had it. So you're only as good as your last game in this league, and we were physical enough yesterday. That's all me.
Thank you, Sean.
Hey, Sean, it's John. Any anticipation from you of getting back either Spencer or John in time for Thursday's game?
I'm not really going to go there. Can't go there because of the COVID situation with Spencer, with John. We're just going to wait and see how it goes next Thursday.
And from what you've seen from Matt Breida, do you feel he's earned the right to continue to get more playing time and be more involved with the offense?
He's done something with the ball. Right? He's done something to give him the opportunity, and so that's earned, and I thought he's done a good job with it. So we'll see what comes of this week and as we move forward, but he's done a good job.
And when balancing, obviously you're balancing two backs before, is it make it more challenging to get Matt involved if there's three backs trying to be a part of the game, or is it something that would maybe be easier if you had to just go back to maybe a two-horse attack?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, it depends on opportunities, right? So, where the game got to midway through the third was, the difference, the margin was wide there, so we weren't able to run it as much as we wanted to before that. I thought the run game was giving us some yards in some situations there, so just something we've got to continue to do and continue to look at who has the hot handfuls.
Hey, Sean. I know you guys had a walkthrough today. Did John practice? I didn't see him on the report. Is there a plan for him to practice tomorrow?
About John Feliciano?
Yeah, John Feliciano.
Yeah, no, he did not practice.
Vernon Butler, we haven't actually talked to him this year, I don't think at all. Micah said it yesterday, everybody on defense didn't play well. But, watching that game back, it seemed like Vernon in particular struggled quite a bit. Had a couple healthy scratches this year. Where are things at with him, evaluating his performance and how he's played when he's gotten opportunities this year?
I'm sure, like all of us, there's some plays yesterday he wants back. Confidence in Vernon. We expect him to take his game to another level each every week. Same for everyone on football.
What's the mood in the room today, in the building? Fans yesterday, my job taking the temperature of them is they don't feel that they're seeing enough anger from the team. Is there anger after what happened yesterday?
I feel like there is. I know coaches were here late last night. Obviously on a short week, but also just trying to figure out where we went wrong yesterday and get it answered as quickly as we can. And I can tell you from the mood in the building today, it was pretty somber. We got to turn the page here to get going on Saints. So, but not looking past why we got the results we got yesterday. That's the most important thing. It's not just going to go away. It's something that we have to fix, and that takes effort. That takes commitment. And the team is working hard to get it done.
Coach, good afternoon. Mookie Arcus, 1 Sports 1080. How you doing today?
Good, Mookie. How are you?
I'm good, Coach. Yesterday, did the 14-0 deficit early on affect the game plan there offensively in reference to play calls?
Should not have. I don't feel like it did, but at the same time, we have to remain patient. There's a lot of football left yet to be played. I thought we did for a few moments, but I thought overall, but at the end of the day, when you turn the ball over, things get out of hand fast. And that's what the ball does in this game. So we have to do a better job taking care of the football. Let's just start there.
Yeah, I know that's driving you crazy, Coach, with those guys just giving the ball away. I know that's not your style of play, but at times, the run game do be kind of lackluster because of that. And, teams are starting to take away your primary guys in zone coverage. So what's the creative alternative when that happens?
Yeah, find another way to win. If they're taking away the people that are their only primary people, as you said, then we got to find another way to win, and that's what we get tasked with as coaches, as players to execute. Plays called when the opportunities are, they play. Our guys know that. Our coaches know that. We have to continue to grow in that direction.
Absolutely, Coach. Good luck Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Sean, it's Jay. I know it was just a walkthrough today, but what kind of a step in the right direction was it for Tremaine to have him out there? And, what does that mean, potentially for him moving forward this week?
Yeah, we'll see as far as this week goes, Jay, but good to have him back on the field. Just a walkthrough, so let's see where it goes.
Okay, and then to kind of build off of what Matt asked earlier, just about the overall kind of mood of the team right now. When you're going through a tough stretch like this, you kind of need everybody rowing in the same direction. You get the sense that everybody is doing that, and that there are no fingers being pointed, that kind of thing right now, because it's not just a one-game thing here. It's been a couple of weeks when you go back to Jacksonville, maybe to this point.
Yeah, well, listen, it's adversity always tests your character, and I would hope that we've got the right character people on this team, and you get tested. And to me, and inside the challenge, there's an opportunity to show who we really are, individually and as a team. And so I think this is an opportunity for us to step to the forefront and people to take charge and improve in the areas we need to improve.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey Sean, I was curious, with Cole still dealing with this ribs thing for the last couple of weeks, is there any thought to kind of giving him a week to rest it, or how difficult has that been kind of managing that?
I think he's seems to be improving each week. So I expect the same moving forward. This week.
And then I know John asked about Spencer, but is there any update on Star and his potential availability for this week?
Yeah, again, COVID can't discuss.
And then when it comes to the return situation, I know you talked about Isaiah yesterday and being so confident in him and all of that. But at one point, getting that stuff fixed, we've talked about the fumbles a lot, and they keep happening. At what point do you try something different or change things up? When does that hit a breaking point?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about different things roster-wise, Brandon and myself, and so we look at everything. So we're confident in Isaiah, and good things for our football team, and we all have to improve. It starts with me and right on down the line. So each and every one of us has to improve.
Hey, Coach. You look at the run game, pass protection, even on defense. Run defense. When you look at just the overall picture, they've kind of just been, either really good one week and then maybe they just kind of have a down week. But is there any level of concern just about the amount of inconsistency in just some of these units and maybe all at the same time in one game? Just kind of now that you're 12 weeks into the season.
Yeah, I mean, without going back into the kind of the hot spots that we look across the year so far, where we fell short without getting to all those areas. I just feel like we do need to find some level of consistency game to game. But let's just start with this game and get things fixed as quickly as we can. Going down there with the right mindset and going in and playing our style of football. To the football team we're going to face now.
John again. I was just curious, how challenging is it to make changes and right some of these wrongs with it being such a short week, and you acknowledge that the practices aren't nearly the same way that they would be on a traditional week?
Yeah, I mean, you'd love to, like every week, have a good canvas to work on your fundamentals and continue to refine those techniques and things. But that's not what we're dealt with here. We're dealt short week. It's like the Saints are, that's what we do. And we get down there on Wednesday.
So does that take off the plate, maybe whether it be personnel changes or adding certain or taking things out schematically? Does that take some of that out off the plate because you just don't really have the time to implement anything completely new?
Maybe in some ways, but not totally. We're always going to look at that, evaluate that, whether it's scheme, roster, personnel, to make sure we give ourselves the best chance to win the game.
Now, if it's 4th and 3, 4th and 2,
okay, that's
okay. They trust their offense
let's
that
switch
much
this out.
that I think somebody said they have gone for it on 4th down more than they've punted all season. I think.
Okay, let's go over to the preview. So I'm gonna put it in the screen. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin our preview. So I'm gonna go over the specifics of this game. So let's do that. So the screen that's in the screen. So you'll see the preview. This is from the Lines. You can follow them at thelines.com. That's thelines.com. Okay, let's begin. Okay, the game is 6-point favorite for the Buffalo Bills. The money line is 245, and the over and under is 45 points. So that is how that's going to happen. So the Saints. So once again, the Saints will be a 6-point underdog going into the game this coming Thanksgiving Day. So let's go over to the the injuries. we're looking at him. Alvin Kamara is out. Should Ingram sit and plug Tommy Jones in? I think they should. If he's out with an injury, I think he should plug in Tommy Jones to solidify the offensive attack. Now, the Buffalo Bills injury report: Cole Beasley is out. Utelis is out. Also, John Feliciano is out. Justin Zimmer's out. Brian Cox is out. Marquez Stevenson is out. So that is and Spencer Brown is out with COVID. So that's your injury report. So we'll go over the breakdown: Saints offense versus Saints defense. Okay, the Saints offense. The Saints defense. They're ranked 10th in the National Football League. They give up 21 points a game. Buffalo scores 29 points. They're second in the league. Now, points on the play. Saints are seventh in points for play defense. Buffalo is second going into the game. Now, yards per game. Saints on defense giving up 342 yards a game. Buffalo 391. They average 391 yards a game. Now, on passing, Saints is ranked 21st with 267 yards given up, and Buffalo with 283.7 contribute to their offense. Now, run plays. Saints are ranked third in run defense, so that's one of the good signs right there. Buffalo's ranked 12th with 118 yards a game. Yards for a play, Saints are ranked 11th on yards for a play on defense. Buffalo's ranked 4th. Now, rushing the ball, the Saints on rush defense is averaging 3.4. They're ranked 1st. Buffalo's ranked 6th. Now, on third down efficiency, the Saints are 39% in the red zone on defense. They're ranked 14th. Buffalo's ranked second in third down on offense with 48.8% in games. Now, red zone efficiency. The Saints in red zone defense is ranked second with 46.7. The Bills are ranked 10th in red zone offense with 62.8 in the red zone. Now, the turnovers, the Saints are ranked 12th in getting turnovers with 14. Bills are ranked 17th in the National Football League in giving up the ball. Now, sacks a game, Saints have 23 sacks. They're ranked 15th in the National Football League on defense. Buffalo's ranked third with 15 sacks. Now, let's go over the offense, the Saints offense versus Saints Buffalo's defense. Okay, Saints offense. Saints are ranked 14th in points scored with 25 points. What's this? Hold on. Okay, once again, we had a phone. Sorry, I had a phone call. I had to turn off the cameras for a few minutes. So let's get back to what we're talking about. Saints offense versus Saints Buffalo Bills defense. Okay, points on plays. Saints are ranked 10th. And Buffalo defense is ranked 2nd in points for a play. Yards per game, the Saints average 323 yards. That's 24th in the NFL. Buffalo gives up 283 on defense, so they rank 1st in the NFL. Now, run defense, Buffalo's ranked 9th with 109 yards. The Saints have 117 yards. That's good for 13. Yards for a play. We'll go over those yards for a play. Saints are ranked 23rd with 6.9. With 5.2 yards for a play. And then Buffalo's 4.7, so they rank 1st. Also, pass plays, Saints are ranked 23rd with 6.9 yards for a play on passes. Buffalo's ranked 1st with 5.7. Yards on rush, Saints are ranked 20th with 4.1. Buffalo's ranked on defense 6th with 4.1. Third down efficiency, the Saints are ranked 21st in third down efficiencies on offense. Now on defense, Buffalo's ranked 4th with 33.1% in the third down efficiency department. Red zone efficiency, the Saints are 3rd with 70.3, so they're pretty good in the red zone. Buffalo is ranked 5th, so they're also pretty good on red zone defense. Turnovers, the Saints have 11 turnovers. That's 7th place. Buffalo's they're ranked 2nd with 24. That's on defensive side of the football. Sacks, Saints give up 17 sacks on offense. Buffalo gives up 18 sacks on puts out 18 sacks on defense. So that's your comparisons when it comes down to it. That's your comparisons with Buffalo in the Saints. So one's better on offense, one's better on defense. So that is how we look at those stat information. So what else we have? So we'll go over it. Okay, we'll go over the betting trends. Okay, the betting trends. Buffalo is 6-4 against the spread this season. Also, when playing for at least 3.5 points favored, the Bills are 4-4-1. Also, in Buffalo's 11 games this season, they combined go over the total. Also, Buffalo Bills won 55% of their games this season. They were on the money line favorites. Now, the Saints are 5-5 against the spread this season. Also, the Saints covered the spread for at least 3.5 points a game. Also, the Saints games went over 6 times out of those 10 times this season. Went over the spread. This season, the Saints have been underdogs for 5 out of the last 3 games. So that's what they're talking about in this information that we got. Okay, the players to watch out for. Josh Allen. I talked about Josh Allen. Josh Allen can throw the ball, and also he can just run the ball. He has a total average of 340 yards a game. He has 3 scores. He's averaging 34 yards a game. Also, you have Devin Singleton that has 83 carries for 415 and 41 yards for rush. Also, Stephon Diggs is another guy that's going to be a big asset to the Buffalo Bills. He has 60 catches for 773 yards. He was targeted 92 times. He also had 6 touchdowns. Emmanuel Sanders, former Saint player, was targeted 58 times. He had 531 yards and on 33 catches, 4 touchdowns. Also, this season, Gregory Russo leads the team with 3.5 sacks. And Jordan Popper leads the team with both tackles and interceptions. That's 4.0 tackles for a loss and 1 sack. He has 4 interceptions over the course of the current campaign. Now, the Saints players to watch, most likely it's going to be either Taysom Hill in the game or Trevor Siemian, whatever how you. Now, Alvin Kamara won't play. He's out. Mark Ingram as well. So you got players that's going to be out. Deontay Harris most likely will be a factor for the Saints going into this game. And then Callaway most likely as well. And then you got Davenport leading the sacks with 5.5 sacks this season. That's Marcus Davenport. Also, Demario Davis has 66 tackles, 3 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. So that's kind of what's expected of the in this game right here with the Saints and the Buffalo Bills. So I kind of look at this game right here, and I'm gonna say this. Look, it's a 6-point. It's 6 points going into the game, and I think, to be honest with you, I would say this. I would say this right now. If I was a betting man, I would pick the Saints to go against the Buffalo Bills, because look, if they can cover the Saints covered the 3.5 spreads real well. So I think it would be highly imperative that if you're going to make that bet, either on the Saints or the Bills, make sure that they've been consistent in their over the spread and the over and under, just to tell you the truth. Because if you don't, then you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have a situation where it's going to might go over 50 points, might go over under 50 points. So so let's give you another intake on it. I'm going to give you another breakdown. So let me pull this up. So we're going to break down the we're going to go ahead and break down the game last week. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. So we'll switch this over in a second. Let me get this in. So I think I don't have it. So I'm going to go over some the run game. I'm going to go over the run game and give you an intake on that. So I'm going to give you a run game information. So we're going to do it on the run game. Okay, the Buffalo run game and road games, they're averaging 119 carries, 557. That's 4.68 yards per pop. They also have 8 touchdowns. So they're pretty good on the road when it comes to running the football against an opponent. Now, on let's see, we'll go to Playing against the NFC, they average 78 yards a game. That's against the NFC. They have 1 touchdown in the game, and their first downs are 3. Now, in the month of November, Buffalo ran the ball 95 times for 413 yards. That's an average of 4.35 yards for a pop. They have 5 touchdowns in the month of November, so they're pretty good running that ball in the month of November. So let's see what else we have. So once again, I'd say this. I say this about this team, look. If you don't stop them, they're going to run all day long, and then you're going to have big problems. So once again, this concludes the Saints preview. Hopefully, I gave you a lot of insightful information. When you go make your bets this weekend, whether it's at the fairgrounds or Harris Casino or wherever, you can make your bets while sporting wisely. So once again, thanks for joining us. We'll be back on tomorrow. I will be here for Sports Talk, so I will be here tomorrow. We will preview Southeastern taking on Florida A&M, so that'll be tomorrow. So we will be on tomorrow during the afternoon, during the morning. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Wednesday night. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back on tomorrow.